Welcome to my channel Liberty Old Coin and 3 Coin Story of Discovery, Ambition, and Hidden Treasure, where ordinary moments can suddenly turn into life-changing opportunities for those who know how to look closely. Let's get started. Today we are diving into the fascinating world of American history through one remarkable piece of metal, the USA 1965 Liberty Quarter Dollar, a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors and dreamers all around the world. This script is focused on one special 1965 quarter, a single coin that represents millions of hopes and one powerful story of rarity and value, because sometimes just one coin can change everything. The year 1965 was a turning point for American coinage, a time when the United States was moving into a new era after decades of using silver in its everyday money, and this transition gave birth to some of the most exciting coins ever made. The Liberty-style Washington quarter was already a symbol of freedom, strength, and American pride, and in 1965 it was produced during a historic shift that made certain pieces extremely important and highly sought after today. This quarter was created to keep commerce moving smoothly while the nation was changing the metals used in coins, and in that short moment of transition, something extraordinary happened that collectors still talk about. Some 1965 quarters were struck with exceptional quality, sharp details, and special characteristics that set them apart, making them stand out as treasures from a critical chapter in United States minting history. Because this was the first year of a major composition change, 1965 quarters became a symbol of the end of one era and the beginning of another, and that historical importance alone has made them incredibly desirable. Collectors and investors around the world look for these coins because they represent a unique moment in time, when old traditions met new technology inside the United States Mint. The Liberty image and the powerful design of the quarter connect this coin to America's long story of independence and progress, giving it an emotional and cultural value that goes far beyond its face value. When a 1965 quarter is found in high condition, with beautiful surfaces and strong details, it can become a shining example of mint craftsmanship, and that is where serious money starts to appear. Many collectors are willing to pay very high amounts for a premium 1965 Liberty quarter because they want the best examples from this historic year, and competition for these coins continues to grow. In today's market, a top-grade 1965 quarter can reach a maximum value of up to $12,000 when it shows exceptional quality and strong collector appeal, making it one of the most exciting quarters to own. That kind of value turns an ordinary-looking coin into a powerful asset, something that can be passed down, sold, or proudly displayed as a symbol of smart collecting. People all over the world are actively searching for these quarters in old collections, rolls, and forgotten boxes, hoping to discover that one special coin that can bring a huge financial reward. This is why so many buyers are ready to compete for a great 1965 Liberty quarter, driving its value higher and higher as demand continues to rise. Owning one of these coins is not just about money, it is about holding a piece of American history that represents change, progress, and the spirit of a nation moving forward. So if you ever come across a USA 1965 Liberty quarter, remember that you are not just holding spare change, you are holding a powerful piece of history that could be worth thousands of dollars and open the door to an exciting collecting journey. Stay curious, keep searching, and never underestimate the power of a single coin, because sometimes the smallest discovery can lead to the biggest reward. Next coin. The coin you hold in your hand, the 1983 Washington quarter, is a piece of modern American history with a hidden potential for value that many collectors overlook. To understand its future worth, one must first delve into its storied past. This coin is a direct descendant of the original 1932 Washington quarter, first struck to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design by John Flanagan has become an iconic American symbol for nearly a century. Your specific coin, minted in 1983 at the Denver Mint, denoted by the D Mint mark, was part of a vast circulation intended for everyday commerce, a last bastion of silverless coinage before the rise of electronic money. The historical context of the early 1980s is crucial to its narrative. The United States was in an economic transition, and the Philadelphia and Denver mints were producing quarters in the billions. This high mintage figure for business strike coins, those meant for public use, is often the first fact cited by those who underestimate its value. However, this perspective misses the complete picture of numismatic worth. Value is not dictated by age alone but by condition, rarity, and the passionate pursuit of collectors seeking the finest examples. This leads us to the paramount factor for your 1983 D quarter: condition. The vast majority of these coins spent decades in pockets, cash registers, and soda machines, acquiring nicks, scratches, and wear. A circulated example is indeed worth its face value of 25 cents. But a coin preserved in absolutely pristine, flawless condition is an entirely different treasure. We are talking about a coin that must look as if it just fell from the mint's press yesterday, with full, sharp details and original, radiant luster. Such a condition is known as mint state, and within that, the highest grades are designated by professional services like PCGS or NGC. A 1983 D quarter graded in MS66 condition is a superb coin, but the true magic begins at MS67. The population of coins that can achieve the lofty grades of MS67, MS68, or higher is astonishingly small. While millions were made, only a handful survived without the slightest bag mark or diminution of their original surface. This is where the investment potential skyrockets. The maximum value for this coin is not found in a typical circulated piece but in these conditionally rare, top-tier certified examples. The record prices at auction tell a compelling story. A 1983 D quarter graded in the pristine grade of MS68 by PCGS has sold for impressive sums to dedicated collectors who recognize its supreme quality. At this very moment, the current value for a gem example is substantial. A certified MS67 can command a price well over $100, a staggering 400 times its face value. For the rare MS68 examples, the market has shown a willingness to pay far more. In the current numismatic climate, the maximum selling price for such a premier coin can reach into the high hundreds of dollars. It is not unrealistic to state that the right coin, in the right grade, presented to the right collector, can achieve a sale price approaching $1,000. The future trajectory for this value is poised for significant growth. As time progresses, more and more of the original mintages will become circulated, damaged, or lost. The pool of high-grade survivors remains fixed and finite. Meanwhile, new generations of collectors enter the hobby, each seeking to build perfect sets. The demand for the finest 1983 D quarters will inevitably increase while the supply cannot, a classic economic principle that drives value upward. Consider the trajectory of other modern coins from the 1970s and 1980s. Many were once considered common, but their top-grade specimens have seen exponential growth in value over the past 2 decades. Your 1983 D quarter is positioned on the same curve. It is a sleeper hit, a coin whose potential is only now being fully recognized by the astute collecting community. The Denver Mint's production, while large, has a unique appeal to collectors focusing on D-mint-marked coins for their series. Completing a full set in high grade requires a superb 1983 D, and that demand creates a powerful market force. It is no longer just a quarter, it is a key component to a cherished collection, and collectors invest heavily to secure such pieces. Furthermore, the surfaces of a perfectly preserved 1983 quarter possess a spectacular sheen. The luster on a mint state coin is captivating, with a cartwheel effect that rolls across Washington's portrait. This eye appeal is a major driver of value. Coins that are not just high grade but also visually breathtaking achieve the highest premiums in any marketplace. The certification by a top-tier grading service is non-negotiable for realizing maximum value. A holder from PCGS or NGC authenticates the coin, guarantees its grade, and encapsulates it for permanent protection. This process transforms your quarter from a raw coin into a tangible asset with a verifiable market price. It gives buyers absolute confidence, which translates directly into higher selling prices. Looking ahead 5, 10, or 20 years, the ceiling for this coin continues to rise. As record prices for modern rarities make headlines, more attention is drawn to the conditional rarities of the 1980s. The 1983 D quarter is a prime candidate to be one of those stories. Its maximum value in the future could easily surpass today's impressive numbers, potentially reaching several $1,000s for the absolute finest known specimen. Every major coin collection being built today aims for quality. The era of simply filling a hole in an album with a worn coin is over. The modern collector demands perfection, and your 1983 D quarter, in its best form, represents perfection for its issue. This cultural shift in collecting ethos ensures a robust and growing demand. Do not listen to the simplistic view that common dates have no value. Numismatics has repeatedly shown that within common dates lie the most uncommon treasures. The hunt is not for the date alone, but for the perfect example of that date. Your coin has the potential to be that perfect example. The motivation for any collector or investor is clear. Securing a high-grade 1983 D quarter is an acquisition of a modern classic. It is an asset with a historical foundation, a present-day market, and a spectacular growth potential. It represents a tangible piece of American currency in its most perfect state, a state that becomes more valuable with each passing year as fewer can be found. Take the step to have your coin professionally evaluated. If it has been preserved since 1983 in exceptional condition, the grading process could reveal its true worth. The difference between a spent quarter and a certified gem is the difference between ordinary change and a significant financial opportunity. Your 1983 D Liberty quarter is not just pocket change. It is a silent investment waiting for its moment. In the world of coin collecting, value is a combination of history, scarcity, and preservation. This coin carries the history, and through exceptional care, it can achieve the scarcity of condition that commands serious money. The future for this coin is exceptionally bright, with a maximum value trajectory pointing steadily upward, making it a prized possession for any forward-thinking individual. Second coin, the 1991 P. Washington quarter, minted at the historic Philadelphia Mint, represents a pivotal moment in late 20th century American coinage with a compelling narrative for future value. To understand its significant potential, we must journey back to its origins. This coin was struck during a period of immense economic and global transition, following the end of the Cold War and at the dawn of the digital age, making it a tangible relic of a transformative era in United States history. The Washington quarter design, first issued in 1932, had by 1991 become one of the most enduring and recognizable symbols of American currency, a tradition your coin carries forward. Its creation at the Philadelphia Mint, denoted by the P Mint mark, connects it to the very first United States Mint facility, founded in 1792. While the Philadelphia Mint produced quarters in the hundreds of millions for circulation in 1991, this fact is often misunderstood as a limitation on value. True numismatic worth is never solely about mintage figures, it is about survival in pristine condition. The overwhelming majority of these quarters entered circulation, where they were subjected to wear, damage, and eventual loss, leaving only a tiny fraction of the original mintage in a state worthy of a premium. The critical factor that unlocks the hidden value of your 1991 P quarter is its state of preservation. A coin that has been spent, jostled in drawers, or handled freely is worth only its 25-cent face value. However, a coin preserved in flawless, gem mint state condition is a numismatic diamond in the rough. We are discussing a coin with full, razor-sharp detail, from the strands of Washington's hair to the eagle's feathers, and possessing the original brilliant luster as it left the press. Professional grading is the key that turns this potential into documented reality. Third-party grading services like PCGS and NGC evaluate coins on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70. For a modern coin like this, the journey to major value begins at the MS67 grade. Each incremental point above that represents a dramatic decrease in population and a corresponding increase in desirability and price. The number of 1991 P quarters that can achieve the lofty grades of MS67, MS68, or the nearly perfect MS69 is astonishingly minuscule compared to the original mintage. This phenomenon of conditional rarity is what drives the market for such coins. While countless millions exist in worn condition, the population of perfect or near-perfect specimens is fixed, finite, and highly sought after by serious collectors. These collectors are not merely completing date sets, they are assembling top-tier registry sets where only the absolute finest examples will suffice, creating intense competition for the best coins. The current value for a standard circulated 1991 P quarter is, as expected, 25 cents. But the current market for certified gem examples tells a completely different and far more exciting story. A 1991 P-quarter graded MS-67 currently commands a market price well above $100. The true maximum value, however, is reserved for the pinnacle of preservation. Examples graded MS-68 have consistently sold for several $100s in recent market transactions. The absolute maximum prize for this coin is held by those rare examples that approach perfection. In the highest certified grade of MS-69, the 1991 P-quarter transforms into a modern rarity. Coins at this level have achieved auction results and private sale prices reaching into the thousands of dollars. This is not speculation, it is a documented reality of the numismatic marketplace for premium quality modern coins. The demand for such a coin is robust and growing. Thousands of collectors are actively building high-grade Washington Quarter series, and every single one of them needs a superb 1991 P to complete their set. Furthermore, registry set collectors engage in fierce bidding wars to own the finest known example, pushing prices to remarkable levels. The number of people wanting to buy a top-graded 1991 P-quarter far exceeds the tiny number of coins available at that level, a fundamental economic dynamic that ensures strong and appreciating value. Historically, the early 1990s marked the final years of the classic Washington Quarter design before the 50-state quarters program revolutionized the series. This makes your 1991 P coin one of the last traditional quarters, a closing chapter on an iconic design that circulated for nearly 6 decades. This status as a late series coin in the original design attracts collectors who specialize in the series and seek the best possible examples from each year. The future value trajectory for a high-grade 1991 P quarter is exceptionally positive. As time progresses, the supply of pristine, untouched coins cannot increase. Every year, more coins from the original mintage become circulated, damaged, or lost, effectively making the existing pool of high-grade specimens even rarer in a relative sense. Meanwhile, new collectors enter the hobby with a focus on quality from the start, ensuring demand continues to accelerate. Comparing it to earlier coins from the 1970s and 1980s provides a clear roadmap. Many dates from those decades, once considered too common for serious consideration, have seen their top-grade values increase tenfold or more over the past 20 years. The 1991 P is following the same inevitable path. It is currently in the early stages of this value appreciation curve, representing a prime opportunity for acquisition before wider market recognition fully takes hold. The visual appeal of a perfectly preserved 1991 quarter cannot be overstated. The brilliant luster on a mint-state coin, the sharpness of the design, and the overall eye appeal are what captivate collectors and justify premium prices. A coin that is technically high-grade and visually stunning becomes a centerpiece of a collection, an object of beauty as well as a solid investment. Having your coin professionally graded and encapsulated is the essential step to claiming its maximum value. A holder from PCGS or NGC provides authentication, a guaranteed grade, and security, transforming your quarter from an uncertain raw coin into a liquid asset with a transparent market value. It gives buyers worldwide the confidence to invest significant sums, which directly translates into higher selling prices for you. The narrative that recent coins are just face value is a myth perpetuated by those unaware of the sophisticated modern coin market. The numismatic community has long recognized that value resides in condition and rarity. Your 1991 P quarter possesses the potential for both, depending on its state of preservation. It stands as a testament to the principle that a common date can become an uncommon treasure. For the investor, the motivator is clear. Acquiring a high-grade 1991 P quarter is an opportunity to own a conditionally rare piece of recent American history with a proven and expanding market. It is an asset class that has consistently outperformed many traditional investments, particularly in the ultra-high-grade segment where scarcity is paramount. The ceiling for this coin's value in the coming decades is substantial. As record prices for modern rarities continue to make headlines, focus will sharpen on later dates like 1991. The maximum value for the finest known specimens will continue to climb, potentially reaching new heights of several $1,000s as more collectors compete for the few outstanding examples. Your 1991p Liberty Quarter is far more than spare change. It is a symbol of American minting heritage from a defining historical period, with a latent financial potential waiting to be unlocked through superior preservation. The number of eager buyers is large, the current value for certified gems is strong, and its future value is poised for significant growth. Do not underestimate this coin. Have it evaluated, because within its copper-nickel composition could lie a premium asset, a maximum prize for the discerning individual who recognizes that true value is not about age, but about perfection.